Right, Guillermo has been staying at a place called the Temple of Our Lady of Mercy, or more commonly the Doctor's Temple, where he's been producing medicine for the plague, which is happening outside the southern gate of Yedo, down as far as Yokohama. Okay. He has returned from, it's the 24th of Kizaragi, late in the afternoon, early evening. You've just returned from Onomichi and delivering that sort of stuff.
Isn't it the 25th then? I've got 25th in my notes.
I'm quite a bit fitted with the 25th. I'll go down in the write-up as the 24th, but I'm not going to worry about it.
I've got 25th, but you might be right, like...
I think the 25th is the next day. Yeah, I think you're still on the 24th.
Ah, okay. Cool,
Anyway,
cool.
but Guillermo has returned to say that some bastards have assaulted the temple he was staying at, garroted the abbot into unconsciousness, and made off with some potions. Now, these potions are Wings of Heaven potion. I called it Fly at the time because this is the spell that allows a Shugenja to fly if he or she knows it. And that they'd been donated to the temple by a man by the name of Ilo. Your friendly Shugenja Hatsu recognises the name Ilo as probably being that of Oba Ilo, who is a master Shugenja who is sensei of the schools of the 5 ways of magic, which is at a place called Shikombe. She would like you to go to Shikombe so you can talk to this Ilo fella. But as he's an Oba samurai, he might actually have a house in Yedo, and it's possible he's here. In which case, you travel all the way to Shikombe to find that he's in Yedo, and you've wasted your time. So this is where we left it, and you've not actually decided quite what it is you're going to do yet.
Okay.
Okay. Afternoon, Brian. Afternoon, Dave.
Afternoon.
Afternoon, both. Although Hatsu is quite insistent that you go and talk to this Master Shugenja. If one of you would be good enough to roll me a d20.
Anyone?
Somebody.
I've got
Anyone,
it then.
Okay.
Right in the middle. 10.
Well, most of you have vaguely heard of this man. He is a retired high-level adventurer, as far as you're aware. But more than that, you don't actually know. Although Hatsu is aware, as I say, that he's a master Shugenja, and by that I mean he knows a lot about all of the 5 houses of magic.
All of them.
What's his name again?
Oba, O-B-A, space Ilo, I-L-O-W. And as I say, she would like to go and visit Shikombe because she'd get to pick his brains and maybe get some training.
And it's Hatsu wants to see him.
Well, Hatsu is your Shugenja. The rest of you go, oh, it's a Shugenja. I mean, one wouldn't want to go see him.
Yeah. Well,
Did I hear you checking dates early on?
Yeah.
Well, I reckon you're on late on the 24th of Kizaragi. Oliver thinks we're on the 25th.
Late on the 25th.
Yes, I knew you would back me up, Dave.
Right, and my dates in the write-up are slightly out then, but never mind.
The 24th, we found the spirit in the sword, called Solomon. He called himself a Garki, blah, blah, blah. We went to the charity, we rested up. Following morning, we had hangovers, which was the 25th. We had lunch with the merchant, Guillermo joined us, etc., which is where we find ourselves in the afternoon.
Okay, well, I'll change the dates on the write-up I've put on Roll20 then. That doesn't matter. That. As long as the basic numbers, basic ideas there.
Yeah.
How far away does this Oba live? Is it a long trek or what? Anybody got a rough idea?
Well, he lives in Yedo, apparently. That's where his home is.
Okay.
No, he lives in Shikombe, which is a village on the edge
Shikombe.
of Musashi province, which is the province you're in. But he's an Oba samurai, so he should have a house either in Yedo or a place in the garrison. But you could always go and ask.
So going to Yedo would be the
I think
idea.
we should also, look into what happened to the abbot. Anybody got a particular grudge against the abbot or the temple?
Yeah.
Or before he disappeared?
Can you see the map of Nippon?
Yeah.
Yes.
Certainly can. So you know, yeah.
I'm going to ping where Yedo is, and then I'm going to ping the approximate
Yep.
location of the village.
Yeah, we know where Rado is. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Oh, so it's way inside the province.
Away then.
Not far from Maebashi.
Yeah.
In actual fact, I've just logged myself out of Roll20. What an idiot!
Hey.
He's actually on the edge of the province, on the border with Kai province, which is the next one down the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should do that. I think we should speak to the people at the temple before we clear off.
Is that the province line, that black line there? Just the kind of curved line there?
There are roads and rivers to Black
There are
Line.
roads and rivers. Is the dotted line the province?
No, they don't
No, they're
like
just
province
minor-
on this map.
No.
They're
no.
minor roads. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, basically, the province runs down the border hexes, which are between the rough and the clear.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to get my lunch.
Yep.
That's no good. Feed us all. That's what I say.
So, can I pull that up? Yeah, so if I drop this map into Discord in the right place, I've got one of these maps that's got the provinces marked out, so you'll get a feel for where it is. Assuming Tim's happy with that.
I don't mind. No. You know, you have a rough idea where the border boundaries are, because every time you try to cross one, the samurai gouge you for a copper each.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna check
Yeah,
on
so
my
if I
phone.
put, now where's that map? That's the one. Right. Okay. So
Right.
to zoom
I
in,
don't
but
think
down the bottom
may
left
know-
hand corner.
Yeah, I see it.
You may not have read the write-up, but when most of you got drunk, okay?
Yeah.
Ashikata didn't, just so you know.
Okay.
Right. Well, if you look at the main map of Nippon, in the centre you'll see there's like a line of orangey red, and then there's some white ones.
This one.
Yep.
Yeah.
With
Well,
the,
that
the
line
white line going
is the boundary
down it.
between Kai and Musashi, which is the one you're in.
Yeah, I see that.
So he's up. He's tucked away in that top corner, isn't he?
He's tucked away as far away as we can
Up
get
here
him. He's still
somewhere.
being
Yeah. So
the
if we were
province.
heading there, we'd probably have to head up to Maebashi, but just before it crosses the river, come left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And head west.
That makes sense. We'd have to
Yeah.
come up to
Yeah.
sort of there, yeah, and then come across. Because otherwise you're going out of the province.
You can do that, yeah. It makes
The
not a lot of
province roughly
difference.
follows that river line, doesn't it? Give or take.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
From looking at this map, yeah.
It follows the river line exactly on that outer river.
Yeah.
Mr. Waring thought you'd be going the other way, because he was going to make more medicine that he's been making that will help you fight the chills off. And I'm
well.
thinking, what do you want to go that way for?
Well, he's not here, is he?
It would take a long. If we went across to the edge of the border that way, and then went up, you've got a long trek across land. Whereas if you go straight up the road to Koga and Maebashi, it's going to be a lot quicker. If we have to.
Yeah, well, the point about that is, travelling on that road, you'll be doing 8 hexes every 3 days. Because some of you are so slow, that is. Kyomi can say that he got a look at the two villains. Well, the one villain who was robbing the place, and his mate was acting as a lookout, because his mate threw a bomb at him
Yeah, I remember.
Which fortunately he saw coming, so he could dodge, and the guy's aim wasn't very good, so he missed him. Well, which he's eternally thankful in actual fact. So I'm just looking at a giant spider that's crawling about somewhere.
Oh, lovely.
As long as it doesn't give you any thoughts as to what we're meeting
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
It's too late for that.
What's
Well,
it? Kumo, it's
Whereas
called.
if you stay in town, you might not meet much at all.
Is
I
it?
think we need to check at the temple, but we also need to check over Ilo's residence here and see.
Oba, yeah.
I think those are the two things to do
Yes.
before we
Okay.
do anything.
Which do you want to do first?
How many are we as a group again?
7 or 8 total, I think.
Maybe 7 now. I know we were about 6 when we started, weren't we? But we've gained.
We
You're
have
7 at the moment.
we have
because
you-
you're missing
yeah, we're missing
Dave
Yuko.
Waring and you're missing Drew.
Well, why don't I take Few and Ashikata take some, and we go and do the 2 at the same time? If we go to Ober Ilo's and he's there, not all of us are going to go in anyway. They're not going to let
A big
that
troop
many people in.
walk in,
A
yeah.
couple at most. So,
They may not let none of you in.
well, they might
Okay,
not let anybody in, but if they let anybody in, they're going to let a couple in, but they're not going to let any more in. So,
That sounds like a good plan to me.
what do you think
Kinda
to that,
split up.
Shikata? Sam?
Or not lose you. Yeah, I'm fine with it. It's okay with me.
Okay.
Okay, which of you wants to do which?
I'm gonna say,
I'll get to Obers then, if you know.
okay.
Let's
I'll
see
go
Obers
and,
in.
we'll go and check the temple then.
Yeah, I'll go with to Oba, Ilo.
So we probably want to divide up relatively sensibly. Which way?
That makes sense for the what's his name? Shigenji to come with me.
Yes, it would.
Yes, she's there.
Hatsu, yeah.
Hatsu, that's it.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's Ashikata, Hatsu.
And somebody else, whoever wants to
Well,
go.
it would make sense for, if I'm going to the temple, to go with Gyomo. So it's Morikawa,
Yep.
Okawa, which way round?
I don't mind. You'll do. Whoever wants to come.
What is it? Morikawa already going with Ashikata?
Yeah, I said I can go with
Ah,
Oba,
okay.
Oba Ilo, unless you know something else
That's
works
fine,
better.
we'll do it that way. In which case,
In which case, Okawa goes with you.
yeah, Okawa with me. On that,
And I'll send Yuko with to go and visit Ilo.
okay, you go. There we are. So we'll go to the temple.
Right, I'll deal with Imagawa and Guillermo and Okawa first.
Okay.
Okay, you make your way to the temple. It's a small pagoda on its own. Inside, there is a statue to Kowanin Bosatsu. Okay, he was the only female Bosatsu that you know of. All right, the locals call it the Doctor's Temple because Mona Gatori, the abbot, is a well-known local physician and herbalist, and he produces all sorts of medicines for the local people, which is why they're a lot healthier than you might otherwise think.
That's all right. Yeah. Okay.
When you get there, he's got a bruise around his neck, which looks rope-like. Ah, Guillermo, welcome back. I've had another look through all the potion bottles and that, and the Bounders have only taken the 3 Wings of Heaven potions. Never mind, he says. Oh, sorry, gentlemen, and you would be?
And we're friends of Gilmore.
Yes, I'm Imagawa Michinori.
And I'm
Yes,
and I am Okawa Nobuhito.
Guillermo came to where we were at the cherry tree after what had happened.
Oh, sorry. So yes, he mentioned that he'd come to town with some fellow travellers. Oh, please come in, have a seat.
Thank you.
It's a bit of a mess, and you think, don't look much of a mess to me. It's quite neat and tidy. Right, there's some broken bottles in the corner, but maybe that's normal.
Yes, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. Earlier today, I came back from visiting the gate post to deliver some anti-chills medicine. And when I got here, there was a man waiting for me, and as I went past him, inviting him in, he whipped this rope out and throttled me with it. Can't say I could do much about it, really. I felt unconscious, and I was expecting to wake up in heaven, but no, I came to see Guillermo's mug.
Right.
There must
Has
have
there been any suggestion of anything similar? Anybody looking around suspicious individuals previous to today?
I hadn't noticed any, but my local policeman, whose name is Hiro.
Cut off there, Tim.
His name is Hirata. That's probably because I took my finger off the button.
Oh, Hirata, yeah.
He says that he's seen several gentlemen hanging about suspiciously, and every time he's tried to approach them, they run off.
Okay.
He thinks they might belong to a martial arts school or something like that, because they're much quicker than most of the thieves around here, because I can catch them. And you look at him, he looks very much like a bushi, something like that. So you have an idea of how fast across the ground in.
Okay. And which martial arts school does he think that might be?
Oh, well, no, it's just that they're much faster than I am, and I'm pretty quick. Okay. So I assume they're from some sort of martial arts school, but I don't know which one, he says.
Right.
Guillermo says, well, I'll give you a brief description of them, he says.
Yeah, the descriptions, if we've got them, are useful.
Well, he gives you a description which, well, in your opinions, certainly the policemen's are useful, but they don't stop you from, they don't abolish the suspicion on anybody who's a man.
Right.
They cut out all the women, but that's about it. And that's I'd be surprised.
Right. And you're sure they've not taken anything else?
Well, I haven't found that they've taken anything else, it says, but I've not had a full time to check all the inventory yet.
Okay.
I can have another look if you want.
If you do discover anything else, we are at the cherry tree at the moment. It would be useful to know if there's anything else, in case at any point we come across anything that might tie them together.
And we know that it's yours as well if we come across any stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you. I'll have a look, and I'll send one of the boys if I find anything's missing during the afternoon, he says.
Please do. Yeah, anything missing at all from your inventory, let us know in case we come across it, so we know that it's yours, and it's going to tie the people that have it to the what happened here.
Oh, I see. Yes, yeah, I see what you mean. He says, yeah, thanks.
Yeah, anything at all. The more things that are missing off that inventory that you can let us know about, the more things we've got to look for to try and catch these people. So yeah, anything you can think of, even if it's worthless, it's not worthless as information.
Oh, well, in that case, they did take 3 sets of saffron robes, he says.
Thank you. Right, okay.
I just didn't think that was particularly important.
Well, as in, yeah, it's not important to you maybe monetarily, but as information when it comes to tracking down the people that have the stuff, yeah, it's priceless. So thank you for that. If you think of anything else, please let us know. And whoever is the scribe of our group can write that down.
Hold on, you're talking over each other.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Dave.
Go ahead, Dave.
I was just going to say, it's useful also in case anybody's then going to assume the identity of a priest.
Yes.
They now have 3 sets of robes, they can do that.
Yeah.
Oh, indeed. I shall point out that Guillermo's looking quite scandalised at this.
Well, perhaps for getting out of the city without being questioned, particularly, or could be a few possible
Yeah,
reasons.
they could exactly be using it to sneak out the city.
So
I hadn't thought about that, says the abbot. But yes, they're not checking priests going out of the city that well. I mean, they give you a brief frisking, but they don't search you as they do others.
no,
Mainly,
Yeah.
of course, because we don't have anything to be taken.
Because-
Other than our begging bowl and
Because
possibly a
they
bunch of
assume that you've got nothing to hide as well. You're trusted as a priest. That's why a priest's robes is a good disguise for getting past security.
It's sad, that, isn't it?
It is. But criminals are usually of the intelligent variety, ones that are still out there being criminals anyway, otherwise they would be in jail. So yeah, you've got to get your brain on to outthink them.
Right. Well, if I do find anything else is missing, I'll let you know, gentlemen.
Arigato.
Right. Yes.
Right, would the three of you care to make wit saving throws, please?
Alright.
I'd love to make a wit saving throw. It would be quite a
I'd
first
love
if
to
I did.
make it, but I'll attempt it first. A 13, I don't think that's going to be a success for me on a wit
No.
saving throw. Let me just
I'll make
check.
a wit saving throw there.
No, I need a 3. I failed by 10, Tim.
I'm not miles away, but
I am.
I've missed by as many as I've got. So
Would you like me to do Guillermo's? Oh,
I was
5.
just checking what it.
He might be good.
You've walked down the street a short distance, and Guillermo whispers to you, "There's a man following us."
Oh. And this is on the way
I've
back
got
from
it.
the temple.
As you're returning to the territory, yeah. He's
Oh,
just
close.
level. It tells you roughly where he is when he whispers to you.
Right. Should we stop in place and see what he does? Or should we split up and see who he follows?
let's just walk a little bit further.
How about we split up and
Wanna
see
get
who
a
he
bit
follows?
further from where we are.
But we'll go back to the same place, but we'll go different directions. Is it just one man, Guillermo?
What's the
I've only spotted the one.
along the street? Is this? Are we passing through shops, or is it a more residential, or what's?
Currently, you're passing some shops or stalls. Plenty
Okay.
of alleyways you can duck in.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm sort of thinking. A couple of us, we stop by the shop. One of us ducks out of sight.
Yeah, one of us
And then the
ducks
other
out
two
the side to
carry on
maybe
for a
get
bit.
behind him. Yeah, okay. I'll volunteer then. I'll drop into an alleyway and hide.
Okay. Well,
Okay, hold on, make a speed saving throw, unless you've got Shinobi Jutsu, in which case you can use that.
I don't believe I've got Shinobi Jutsu.
no, I don't think you're a ninja.
14, I don't think that will make a speed saving throw either. No.
Okay. Guillermo and Imagawa are standing there chatting inconsequentially when the man that you recognise as the one who's been following moves past you and into the alleyway following Okawa.
Okay. I don't immediately follow him up quickly.
He doesn't seem to have noticed you.
Okay. So we're in the alley behind him, or I'm in the alley
Is
behind him.
he between us now, yeah?
Oliver's character's in front of him and you're behind him, and Guillermo's standing at the corner watching.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'll raise my voice.
I'll
Stop.
stand up.
But he doesn't
What
appear at
is
all
the
surprised that
have
you're
following
in
us?
front of him. You what?
What's your business following us?
I'm not following you.
What's your business following
And
me?
nothing else down here. Nothing else stepped down here. You followed our movements for the last, however long it's been.
No, you got the wrong man, mate.
You followed me in the
Really?
alley. You were following us?
You see him looking round, trying to work out a way to get out from between you, while he wibbles on.
What does he look like? Just a
He's
run-of-the-mill peasant, or is he-
a scrawny, nondescript individual dressed in labourer's garb.
Okay.
Who sent you?
He moves so his back's against the wall, so he can sort of see both of you, which is not typical labourer behaviour.
No, it's typical fighter behaviour. I've got my hand on
He's
the hilt.
obviously knows what he's doing.
My hand's on the hilt of my sword, but I'm not taking it out. Who sent you to follow me?
What's it worth?
Your life.
So, he's not acting with any real deference to the boot cast.
Not at the moment. He's not. No.
No.
I tap my fingers on my sword hilt and say, it's worth your life.
Roll a d20s.
Come on, get a decent roll this time, Oliver. Yes.
Oh, gentlemen, he says, bowing slightly more politely than he has before. You have me at a disadvantage. But what would you like to know?
Who sent you? And why? And how much are they paying you?
Well, they're not actually paying me anything, he says. This is what I have to do for a living.
And who do you work for?
Red Spider, he says.
And who exactly is Red Spider?
Yeah, Yakuza.
Is this Yakuza? Is this man got a resume?
He looks at Imagawa and bows politely. Yes, indeed, I am, he says.
Is he wearing a resume tattoos?
Well, it might be, but you can't see them if he is.
Okay, Okay, this is what I'll do then. I'll take my sword and I'll just gently put it on the front of his tunic, like whatever he's wearing, and I'll just like gently slice the fabric of his clothes only to like reveal his chest to see there's tattoos on it, but with my sword, so it's done in an intimidating manner.
Well, if you wanted to see my tattoos, he says, looking at you, could have asked. And he turns round and he drops the top off of his gi to show that indeed he has a large, fancy red spider tattooed on his back. It's quite horrific, in fact. It looks like it wants to leap out and bite you.
Now, Oliver, the player, thinks that's super fucking cool because I love tattoos.
That's fine.
That's awesome.
I mean, most people do. He then shoves his gi back on top and ties the rope up. Okay, it's a bit untidy, but never mind. Anything else I can help you with, gent?
Why is it that we are marked by the red spider?
That I'm not actually privy to, he says.
You're sent to follow us only and report back where we go, or more than that?
Well, I'm following you because you went to the doctor's temple. Which is the target of interest.
I understand. And what is your plan, to follow me wherever I go?
Not exactly, he says.
Well, I'd like you to cease the plan, now that I'm aware of it. Obviously, it's not really a viable plan for you anymore now that I know that you're following me. So I would like you to stop. It's not really...
You make a very good point, sir. He says, bowing politely to you. Can I go?
You may. It's no longer beneficial to you to continue following me now that I'm aware of you. So you can report back to the Red Spider that you've been seen, and that I spared you your life. You can go.
I do have one further question.
Oh, okay. My friend has one further question.
Yes, Imagawa-san?
It is. Where is the Red Spider's base of operations within the city?
He has a base in the Green Ward, he says. At the Jade Lantern.
Okay.
Jade Lantern.
You will need quite a considerable amount of money to get in. Assuming you want to get in legitimately, he says.
Fair enough.
And with that, he bows politely to you and rushes off. A lot faster than he was following you.
Hmm.
Well, yes, but if he'd followed us at that speed, he would have overtaken Kyomi.
Oh, yes.
Well, that was an interesting little interaction.
And then I suggest we look around a bit more before we head off, in case he's got any mates.
In case there's
And
any
is there anyone we've
pals, yeah.
spotted?
You do notice two other gentlemen who are similarly garbed, making their way away from you. One of them looks back, and when he sees you looking, he speeds up.
Okay, when he sees us looking, I give him a wink and like a gesture, like you can stop now. You're known.
Okay, doke.
No, I think we can head back to the cherry tree now then.
Yeah.
Okay, you arrive back at the cherry tree. Asaka, who is the proprietress, says, you might want to come and see this.
What's that?
Gentlemen.
Yeah.
Right, she leads you to a small shed at the back of the garden, in which is a dishevelled looking Yakuza who's got more lumps than he should have. My Yojimbo caught this man trying to sneak in, she says. So he remonstrated with him. Not something you want Tenoka to do. That's it. I can't remember his name now. But I'll call him that. And you look at him, he looks as though he's been slapped about a bit. But you are aware that the Yojimbo on the gate is actually a Sumatori, so that doesn't surprise you at all.
This guy was caught sneaking into this...
I'll leave you with him, she says, and she goes out and shuts the door. And walks away.
Oh,
Did you say he was caught sneaking into the city?
trying to get into the inn.
Trying to sneak
Trying to
into
get
the inn?
cherry tree.
Ah. Like in our
That's
room?
what they usually beat him.
Is that why he's been left with us? Because he was trying to sneak into our rooms?
She thought
Well, it's a possibility, but you don't know. Guillermo has gone into the inn because this is nothing to do with him.
Which one of you, Fine Ronin, wants to interrogate this man? I've had enough of sneaks and scoundrels for a day already.
interrogation feels like a harsh word. He's already been slapped around a bit. I mean, we could get stuck in a lot more, but maybe he'll talk to us without having to resort to
Oh, maybe
or
he will.
physical method.
Maybe he will, maybe he won't, but just be ready to slap him around again if you need to. And I say this loud and clear in front of the man, like.
So, what tattoos have you got on you then?
What?
What tattoos have you got on you then?
I haven't got any.
You're gonna make him strip.
Well, I think we can check his torso, can't we?
He can roll his sleeves up and check his torso like I did with that other one, yeah.
Well, you don't find any. He doesn't appear to have any tattoos.
So what was your purpose of sneaking in then?
I was trying to find out some information, he says.
What information, from whom, and for whom?
Well, it was from some southern Ronin about a package that they were supposedly carrying, and it was for my boss.
Who's your boss?
You call him Black Cat.
Okay.
Sorry, remind me, is Black Cat someone we've already met? Because that seems familiar.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
If I'm wrong, I shall correct myself when I've had a look, but I don't think that.
No, maybe not. It was just maybe me. Continue to interrogate him. Michinora.
And where is the Black Cat based?
I'm not currently sure where his HQ is.
So where were you going to return the information to?
The local Oyabun, he says.
I feel like he's
Okay.
lying to you. Cut his finger off.
What? What you do that for? No. Why would I lie to you? You know, there's no point.
Be no fingers left if you do lie to us.
Where is this local Oyabun you were going to report to?
Are you good cop and a bad cop, Dave? Aye.
I'm no particular cop at the moment. that would imply that we may be following police rules or something.
Nah, we ain't no cops. We're gonna get this information out and go get him.
He's perfectly happy talking at the moment. That's fine.
Well, assuming he's in the right spot, he should be at the ginger tree, he says.
Okay.
Is this a place we know of? Was this an inn in the city or?
You will find out it's an inn, yes. It's down on the docks. It's not got a very good reputation. It's where all sorts of unsavoury types hang out.
The near
But it's where you go
dwells.
to high and bustle if that's what you need.
Yeah.
The kind of place somebody can hang out, get information, and then send information on via a ship to somewhere else.
Yeah.
Keeps it simple. So what was the package that you were wanting information about or finding about? What is it you think we were carrying?
According to reports, they were carrying a pair of very valuable swords.
Oh, okay.
And if we were carrying valuable swords, why would that be your business?
Oh, well, it would be my business because my Oyabun has told me to come and find it. What he wants to do with it, I don't know. I would have found out had I got got back to the ginger tree and he told me what was next.
So your plan was to take it from us?
Probably not. But I can't guarantee that that'd be correct, is it?
Is that through deception or violence?
Well, I doubt we'd take it from you at all. We're not that sort of people.
You just want to know of its whereabouts?
Well, yes. Yeah, at the moment. I mean, it might be that we want to take it off you at a later date, but not at the moment. We're in the wrong place for that sort of thing.
Hmm. Well, I suggest you return to where you've been in your current state and that you weren't successful. I mean, you found some
Thank you very
remnants
much,
in the
gentlemen.
south, that's true, but
Sorry, what was that, Dave?
I was saying, you found some Ronin that came up from the south, that's true, but you found nothing else. Nothing else to find.
As you say, gentlemen, nothing else to find. Well, I'll bid you good day if you'd be so good enough as to untie my hands.
I would let another one leave with his life, I suppose. We are benevolent.
I'm very grateful for that, Sam.
Right. If you get an opportunity to change your line of work, you maybe want to think about it.
Yeah, it seems you're not very good at what you do.
Well, I was more thinking, depending on who you cross, you end up with a very short life expectancy.
Yeah, I mean, if the next person that catches you might not be so benevolent and merciful. And then
I'll have to make sure they don't catch me then, won't I?
your children are fatherless.
I'll open
And
the door and
off.
we'll slide back the screen and let him go. If the Scimitar is there, I'll just nod to let him out the gate.
Well, the Sumatori bows politely to you, opens the gate, and boots him out with a kick up the arse. Excuse me, gentlemen, says the innkeeper. Are we going to have too much of this sort of stuff?
I wouldn't have thought so, but
Certainly hope not.
if there's any trouble caused by our being here, we will set it right.
I'm gonna give the innkeep 1 silver just to. I'm just gonna pass them a silver piece to see if that kind of cheer them up a little bit.
Well, it's a herb, but thank you very much.
For her, I apologise for the inconvenience. We'll try to do our best to make sure that it does not happen again. I'll pass her a silver.
For reference, Okawa-san, I'm not about to do anything to an unarmed man, however much I may want to question him.
That's why I let you do the questioning, so that it could live.
You can both have 2 points of honor for not killing either of the two.
Okay.
And we'll move over to Ashikata and the others as they make their way through the thronging city that is Yedo.
Nice, Dave. We got.
Do we know where his house might be, or which part of the town it's in? Oh, sorry, city.
Well, initially you go up to the garage, up to the castle, and you ask, and
Okay.
they point out where his house is.
Okay. We'll head in that direction.
You are stopped a couple of times, and the patrol asks you where you're going and what you're doing. And when you answer you're going to see Oba Ilo, they give you the side eye and let you go.
Okay.
Eventually, you arrive at his house, and you go, "This guy's got more money than I've seen at dinners."
Yeah.
Right? Because it's in an expensive part of town, and it's much larger than you might have expected.
Okay.
There are a pair of guys dressed in armor class 6 lounging about the gate who snap to attention as you approach. Halt!
May
State
I
your
inquire-
name and business.
name is Ashikata Okawa, and I'm inquiring as to whether Master Ilo is in residence and whether we may have an appointment with him.
Ashikata, you say?
Yes.
You from Gifu?
Yes.
Thought the name was familiar. Master Arlo is not actually in, but would you like to speak to his wife, Kyomo?
I'll turn to Hatsu. Would that be of any use to you, Hatsu?
It may.
Yes, I will take you up on your offer, thank you.
Oh, wait here then. And the one who's talking goes in. The other guy just looks at you, and you think he's ready. He's ready to attack at a moment's notice. Because
Smile in his direction.
you're the best thing that's happened to him since sliced bread, as it were. Well, gate
Well,
guard is
minor
not
manners,
the
then.
best, not the night. Okay, the other guy comes back. Well, please follow me,
Okay.
and he leads you through the gardens, which have been well tended, and you can see people working in them, up to the main steps of the house, where there is obviously a house servant waiting.
Okay.
Gentleman, she says, and she
Yep,
points at the sword rack for you to put your swords in
Yep.
and that sort of stuff.
I'll hand over my katana.
No, you put the katana in the rack yourself. We don't touch it.
Okay. Fair enough.
No,
I'll do that then.
yeah, this is just standard practice. It's nothing normal. This way, we can't accidentally disrespect your sword and get a head cut off. You see? Is she there?
Okay, yep.
She then leads the four of you around the house and into the back garden, where there is a middle-aged woman sat in a lotus position, and she appears to be meditating. The house servant waits. The lady opens her eyes and nods, and she says, "Your guests, milady." She stands up
Forward.
smoothly. She bows politely. I am Oba Kiyomo, and who might you be?
Ashikata Okawa. This is my colleague Hatsu. And who's the other one with me? I've got them with these.
Kiyoto Morikawa.
Morika.
I'll bow.
Okawa.
Uh,
We
And it's Yuko, and she.
came to see if your husband was in residence, but apparently he's not here, so it has been suggested that we speak to you instead. I will hand over to my colleague Hatsu because it's more his area of expertise.
Her expertise.
Sorry.
No,
I'll stand to one side.
why did I have to come here?
What was that, Brian?
I'm trying to remember why I had to come here. I can't find my notes.
Sorry, I know why you're here.
Wasn't it to do with the potions? This person created the potions that were stolen.
You're a Shigenja, are you not?
Yes.
Which is your school?
Soil.
Ah, Bushido. Excellent. Oh, please, lady and gents, have a seat. She then sits down. You
Awesome.
notice that poking out of her sash, now she sat down, is a tanto with a worn hilt, and it looks like she knows what she's doing. So she probably knows what she's doing with it. You're here to inquire of my husband something magical?
Yes, there's some potions that were stolen.
Potions stolen from where?
They were ones that were delivered to a Buddhist temple just recently.
Well, she names several Buddhist temples, one of which is the temple of Our Merciful Lady, which is the one where they were stolen from. So you can say yes to that.
Definitely say yes to that.
Do you happen to know which they were?
I believe they were called Wings of Heaven.
What happened?
The Wings of Heaven potions.
Yes.
Have you any idea of who took them?
At the moment, we don't.
I see.
We believe they may possibly have gone in from those that are unmentioned, but they're gonna lurk in the shadows. They were suspiciously proficient.
Well, I don't like the sound of that. That particular temple is noted for its pacifistic leanings and for generally doing good in the community, unlike some others. My husband gave them those potions because they helped him some years ago with a knotty problem involving demonic poison, as I shall call it, or on-eye poison. I was never quite sure which.
I'll say the Wings of Heaven potion. What is actually do those do? I'm asking.
Well, in that case, make a D20 roll for Hatsu.
Oh,
Sorry. No, that was me. Sorry, I shouldn't have rolled. You're asking for someone else.
That's all right. It doesn't matter. Does Brian want to roll, or will you
Yeah, I'll
accept
roll.
the 18?
Yeah.
You can't
I
do
thought
much
you-
worse.
No.
Right. Wings of Heaven is a fire school spell, which allows you to fly. And Lady Kyomi goes, "That's a great shame." She says, "They're very difficult to get hold of. The only reason that you might want to steal them is because you need to get to somewhere which is almost impossible by more normal means."
Hey, Kevin.
Is there any place in the city that would fall under that? Difficult to get to.
Not that you would require flying to get to, no.
Would you require these special flying potions to get to any of your other residences?
Not mine or my family's, no.
It's very strange. But yeah, I'd be so bold as to inquire where Master Ilo is.
Well, assuming he's actually where he said he was going, he'll be in Sendai, talking to the Shogun, I would think.
Would one have to drink the whole potion in order to fly? Or can more than one person? Is it one dose per potion?
Well, I suppose you could split the potions into 2, possibly 3. Of course, the flight would be for a lot shorter time for each particular potion that you drank. To get the full effect, you need to drink the whole potion, yes.
I think we plan on following this through to see who stole these and why they stole them. Is there any chance that that you have another Wings of Heaven potion that maybe we could purchase in case we need to follow them in that way?
Unfortunately, I don't have any of those potions here, but if you're prepared to wait a few days, then I can probably get hold of a couple, yes.
I'll just kind of look at
Sure.
the others, questioning them. Yeah.
I take it these potions are made from ingredients which are not easily obtained and require a certain skill to make, so there's very few people who could make them.
Right.
Well, indeed. I know of no more than 4 people who could make these. There might be more, but I know of 4. There's my husband. 3 of the 4 I know are members of his school. And the last one is somebody who lives in Kumamoto. A man by the name of Taira Inashi, she said. However, I'll do my best to see if there are any I can get hold of, she says. And I will let you know if I am successful.
Presumably these potions are, because of their difficulty in manufacturing them and the rareness, they are extremely expensive.
Indeed they are. Although my husband believes that people should have access to this sort of thing, so he tends to sell them underpriced.
Right. Well, unless you have any more questions, Hatsu, I think we've taken up enough of this lady's time.
No, nothing at the moment.
Thank you for your time, lady.
Oh, just before you go, if you could give my serving lady the name of the inn you're staying at.
We certainly will.
Thank you. She claps her hands, and the same serving girl comes out and leads you out.
Okay. Tell her we're stopping, but also say that we may be leaving town shortly. Not certain yet.
Wait.
So,
Anyway, she takes you up the name of the cherry tree and notes that you may be leaving shortly, and goes back in. The chatty gate guard looks a bit surprised. Good day, gentlemen and lady, he says, bowing politely.
Good day.
He bows possibly slightly deeper than is strictly speaking necessary.
is there a problem with you?
Oh, no, he says. I'm just a little surprised that the lady Kyomi saw you, she says. She doesn't normally see visitors uncalled for. Oh, sorry, uninvited. My mistake, uninvited.
Well, parents is
Perhaps I shall see you, gentlemen, you again. And he bows politely.
I'm sure we will. We'll leave.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, didn't really get as much further forward, but never mind. Let's go and see what the others have found out.
That sounds good. Yeah, I think we just head back to the cherry tree and that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, you make your way back to the cherry tree. When you get back, Imagawa and the others are back and appear to be back for an hour or so.
Not any luck, gentlemen.
Not sure whether luck is the thing. It looks like, as far as we can say, they took the potions. The only other thing it looks like they took were 3 sets of saffron robes, which would of course allow for a number of options to be used for.
If I remember what you said, were there not only 2 assailants?
Yeah, that's from what
Well-
Kyomi mentioned.
As far as
Seems there's another-
Guillermo was quite, there were only the two, yeah.
Looks like
But
they have
that could
another
mean
member
that-
of their team.
Could just be one that was on
Yeah.
lookout.
Mm.
Or it could be the robes are for some different purpose, and while they were there, it was like a 2-for-1 deal. Well, we're getting paid for 2 of these things, and we can get them both done
I
here.
think the ropes is just a handy disguise for them.
Yeah, I think this is a bigger plan, possibly.
I think these guys were professional enough; they would just take what they needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the ropes
Places
are part of
is-
the plan. I think they're part of an escape plan, to be honest.
Plus, there's a third team member somewhere.
Or, if
Yeah,
not an
it
escape
could
plan,
be-
a
Like
frame
clothes.
job.
Yes, the fact that they're taking priest robes means they want to get somewhere.
Yeah, I think these were just low
It's just
levels
much-
trying to pick up all the equipment they need for a bigger plan.
A place that whoever it is wants to get somewhere which is much easier for a priest to get into.
Yeah.
Or
Or-
out of.
Or it's getting out of the city with it, because it's, yeah.
Yeah.
Or they're framing a
No,
priest.
possibly
They're
in-
framing priests. Maybe it's a frame
possibly-
job.
Possibly.
Do we
but
know if there's any? Good, sorry.
Carry on.
Do we know if there's any big events going on in the city in the next, month? Festivals, parades, or anything like that?
Uh,
What you thinking?
none that you're aware of.
Okay.
We were also followed as we left the temple by Yakuza that were watching the temple, and they followed us. We waylaid one of them that following us from the Red Spider Yakuza. And we've got details of where their base is. It was just following us as we'd been into the temple. They were actually watching the temple.
Did you find out why you were being followed?
One more. So I've got what I've wrote down. Yeah, well, I mean, we were just being looked. We were being followed because we've been to the
swords
temple.
Are the object of interest that they
No,
were in?
that's the second one.
Oh, yeah, so it was.
So that's initial one was the Yakuza were watching the temple, the Red Spider Yakuza, and then they were following us because we'd been there. And then
And you said they were talking about the swords?
no, so then
Oh,
when we
that
got
was the
back to
second
the
one,
cherry
sorry.
tree, there was another individual that had been trying to sneak into the cherry tree that the Yojimbo had grabbed, and they roughed him up. He was looking for information about some Southern Ronin that had been travelling, carrying a certain package that they were interested in for his boss, the Black Cat. He would ultimately report to the local Oyabun at the Ginger Tree whatever information he found. This package was the swords. So there's two separate things going on.
The two groups of an interest in us.
Yeah, somebody interested in the package we're carrying.
Right.
Meanwhile, because if Guillermo hadn't been at the temple, the doctor's temple, helping out, we would never have known about that. They're two separate.
Interestingly, I'm a little confused as to why the member from the Red Spider was following you. Surely the temple has lots of people going in and out all the time. That would surely imply that they knew who at least one of you was.
Well, quite possibly they'd seen Guillermo previously. Maybe they'd been watching the temple for a while. And Guillermo was there just after this happened, ran away, came back with us, and then that was worth
Yeah,
following.
then they followed
the
us.
same person appearing, reappearing, and what have you, in close time frames. What's happening makes highlights.
Did you get out of him why they were following you? What were they trying to find out?
Where we were going,
And they were,
possibly who we were, but ultimately they weren't set to follow us. They were watching the temple
Okay.
and opted to follow us.
That's a little bit weak, but anyway, we know there are two groups
Yeah,
out
well,
there that have an
Yeah,
interest in
Right.
no, they're at the Jade Lantern in the Green Ward if we want to speak to them, but as I say, they are separate.
Right.
Yes.
Could the red spider possibly even be protectors of the temple? If that's in their area and the temple does good, maybe they were looking out for them, thinking that we were the ones who
Maybe.
maybe a possibility.
I don't think so.
Doesn't sound particularly likely, does it?
Just not sure why else
Right.
they would be following us. Or
So,
following.
Morikawa can have a point of Budo and a point of on for that suggestion. As it's a good one.
Okay, thank you.
Hmm.
What did you find out at Oberailo's residence?
Fortunately, we didn't really find out that much useful. Ilo himself is not there. We spoke to his wife, and she just confirmed that, well, she told us that he gave potions to the temple as payment for assistance with a problem he had some time ago. And she confirmed that they are potions that allow you to fly, and well, he wasn't there. But other than that, we didn't really get much information.
Yeah. Now, who we delivered the sword to? Is that Kamada Yoshi? Okay.
Oh, you actually delivered it to his nominal apprentice, Furugawa Shogo.
Yeah.
But it is essentially to
It was
Kamata
for
Yoshi
him,
himself.
Now, should we maybe go warn him that someone was asking, about the swords? Maybe he knows who that.
Possibly. Yeah, I mean, they're his swords, and someone's watching the swords, so it
Right.
probably is worth
Right.
letting
And
So
him
you
know,
think-
yeah.
I think they're more concerned
Well,
about the swords than the deliverers of the swords.
I think so, yeah. I think it's the swords that are being watched, not the people carrying them.
Right.
We should maybe tell that guy, the guy we took the swords to.
Yeah. It's probably late evening now, or no? It was afternoon of the. Yeah, about what time of day is it?
Be around
Tim?
about evening now, because
Okay, right,
we were
right.
having lunch when
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, right.
I came in.
So-
So
Just for my purposes, so the Red Spider clan, what is it we think they're interested in?
they were interested in the
The
temple.
swords.
Right.
The temple.
I think
And,
everybody's
The Red
interested in
Spider
the
is
swords.
interested in the swords. The
Black
black cat
cats.
is interested in
Yeah,
the swords.
sword.
The red
Swords.
spider, we've got no reason to think they know anything about swords necessarily.
Hmm. Okay. I think they probably
Okay.
do. I think they're after the swords as well, to be honest.
They may do.
It's the Yakuza. They know what's going on. I don't know. I think they know about the swords too. I think.
I think it might be better to, as you say, warn the apprentice with the swords, but I think it might be better to a letter sent to him.
To
Last
Yoshi's
thing we want to
apprentice.
do is
Or to Yoshi.
go up there and then find out that they know where he is because they followed us.
Right. Yeah, because they definitely have eyes on the cherry tree, or we should assume they do.
Yeah, definitely. Well, yeah, definitely.
Right. That's a good idea to send a letter.
Because I certainly will admit that walking around this busy town, there's no way I can be certain that I'm not being followed.
Absolutely not.
So you're going to write a letter and have it sent to Furugawa-san this evening, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, straight away. I think there's no time to waste.
Who's the scribe of the group? I'll ask once more. Who's gonna do it?
Kyomo, either Kyomo or Hatsu, one of the
Yeah.
two. So.
Yeah, one of the casters.
Probably Hatsu. I got all 3 languages plus calligraphy.
I'll check you out.
Oh, yeah, there
You are the scribe then,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
For sure.
Oh,
for sure.
In that case, write your letter in hiragana and make a calligraphy roll.
That makes it less decipherable by less people, doesn't it?
Nice.
Nice. Hatsu the linguist. Oh shit!
Uh,
Brian, what's that?
Badly.
Right, make a wit saving throw.
Oh, Brian.
Oh Lord.
Oh, lordy.
That's how it goes sometimes.
No, that's not good at all.
That's alright. We'll be alright.
The best laid plans
Okay,
are
I
always
made
ruined by
that.
a dice roll, like.
Nice. Nice.
You look at this cat's mess that you've just written, and you go, I can't send that. So
No,
Start
nowhere
again.
near.
Glad you caught it.
Rip it all up, toss it in the fireplace.
Practice draft.
yes, I didn't like that at all. That was nothing to do with me.
Warming up,
Draft.
warming up the pen. Warming up the pen.
Oh,
We'll even be not pressure him to.
We are talking feather pens in feudal Japan, aren't we?
Yeah.
Feather pen and ink, yeah.
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 Aye, you're just
It's
warming it up.
paintbrush. Use paintbrush generally for calligraphy, don't you? Sometimes.
I
Or certainly
suppose,
Try
yeah.
again.
Yeah, that's true. They had great paper.
Yeah, you just wasted loads of money. It's worth of paper and ink.
Oh,
First one in the fire. Just warming up the pen.
yeah, just warm it up. So roll again.
With a +1 because your pen's warm.
We need a master pen.
A pen +1.
Yeah.
Now it decides to slow down.
Was it hanging up on your roll?
Yeah, it's hanging up on my
Oh,
wall.
okay.
The suspense.
I know. I still see the 9.
Yeah.
No, I got this little thing saying rolling the dice. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Oh,
there
that's
we
better.
go.
Nice.
Much better.
Better, mate.
Yeah, I easily passed that by 6.
Oh, nice.
Sorry, gents, my computer appears to be playing silly buggers. Never mind.
Not to worry.
Yeah, it's all right. We're good.
Right, it looks you rolled a 5 the last time, yes?
Yes.
In that case, that's worth sending because it's a good letter, nicely done.
Yeah.
You can have a point of
Point of
Yeah, you
just
just
kind
kind
of-
on from action.
okay.
Nice.
No, he was a blacksmith, wasn't he, that Yoshi guy?
But they are weaponsmith and armour, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think you'd be insulted if you called him a blacksmith.
Sorry,
Yeah,
just to
yeah.
the
You don't just
smith.
beat bits of metal with a hammer. It's a
Yeah.
bit more sophisticated than that.
Just writing my notes. Just want to make sure I've got the people and places right.
Do we have the messenger at least tell us that it was delivered? Or maybe
Yes.
Tim just dropped down. Yeah, okay.
Yep. Make sure it
Just
was.
so we're...
so-
Right, okay.
To come back and,
Now I'm
to come
getting
back and say that-
paranoid. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Nothing wrong with being paranoid.
Yeah, I know, I am. I was gonna ask, should we tell him to, weave around town? I'm like, no, that's just asking for trouble. Let him do his thing.
Just
Yeah,
tell him to come
yep,
back, confirm
Yep.
that he's delivered it.
yep, good plan. There he is.
Yeah, when I start making a mess of my computer, we'll be getting on better. I don't know.
Oh all good.
Right, you send the letter off, and the guy comes back saying he's delivered it. And Furugawa-san says that if there's anything to say to you, he'll send you a message in the morning.
Okay, so
Okay.
gentlemen
Okay.
and ladies, do we think our next plan of action should be our next action?
Well, do we still want to see Obailo after seeing his wife?
Well, as we
I
know,
don't
we
think
think he's in Sendai,
Yeah.
which is quite a long way away.
Yeah.
It's off the length of the
Well,
island.
All we'd be saying to him is that these potions have been taken, really, aren't
Yeah.
they? There's
Yeah.
nothing else.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think there's really much there unless we're totally missing it.
So, is there any what's with it? Any important people coming to visit the city in the next few days?
Yeah, is there any festivals coming up in the next few days as well?
We could report the theft of the robes to the Kaisatsu if we needed to. Although, in theory, I would have thought that would have already been done to this
Yeah.
Hiraka.
Well, I don't know, because the guy didn't initially tell us about the robes, so it may not have been they may not have been reported. It might be worth reporting that so that they're on the lookout and can be extra vigilant of people in these robes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people in saffron robes. It's a problem,
Yeah.
especially in a big city like this.
Yeah, but if they came across something unusual and the individuals happened to be in robes, maybe they'd know to question it
Right.
more than they might do ordinarily.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If there are
yeah, good
places
point.
that they don't normally go to. Yeah.
It's information we have that others may find useful in
Yeah, they don't know any
authority.
Right, we're on the 25th of Kizaragi, aren't we?
Yes, towards the end now.
Well, there'll be a planting of the rice harvest, the rice crop, coming up in the next few days at the end of the month.
That
And
doesn't-
who would?
Which around
Uh,
here is important because, of course, this is the major rice bowl of Nippon.
And who would attend that sort of ceremony?
Well, one would assume
Ohio.
that in this instant it'll be one of the senior Oba samurai, maybe even the Lord himself.
Presumably, this is something that takes place out in the open in the rice field. So,
Yes, it takes place just outside the North Gate in the one of the major rice paddies that you come to, at the village of Shimada, which is the first village outside town going towards Koga. And there's what's called the Green Bridge, which passes over the Shimada Gawa, which is the major river that flows down that side of Yedo. Can one of you roll a d20 for me?
I'll get it if no one else is already on it.
Yeah.
An 11.
none of the sorry, other provinces in this area are at war or look like they might be at war with this province. So at the moment, areas of tension.
None that you're aware of.
Okay.
I'm just wondering if we should just go out, into some of the inns or just, kind of just listening to hear rumors or something. I don't know if that would be a waste of time or if we could pick up any.
I'm not
Listening
against
to
it.
rumours is never a waste of time.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
against it at all. I've got enough money to just stay in town for a while and
Right. I mean, maybe team pair up. Don't go out individually, but
Yeah,
pair
yeah,
up and split up.
yeah. Always
Not
stay
a bad idea.
in pairs or groups.
well,
I'm in
Yeah, because we're going to be watched
I'm
the
in
whole time
peasant
we're here.
garb, so right.
I think it's
I have to.
unlikely that any people are going to say much in front of me or Imagawa.
Yeah, well, right. It
That doesn't mean it's not a bad idea. I just say that
right.
it might be a good idea for.
Yeah, people might not
If
say
I'm
too
in
much
mood.
around Ronan.
Right. Maybe we go to some of the lower taverns and whatnot.
In peasant garb.
Right, yeah. I'm in that, right. I'm at home
You
in
need to be
that.
very,
so-
very careful, though, if you were to go
Yeah,
around,
exactly.
dodgy areas
Right.
of the city.
Yeah, when you're not
asking
wearing your
questions
armor. Yeah, exactly.
Ear wigging. People may take up possession. You just need to be on your guard.
Right. I think ask very few questions, more of just listening.
Yes. Yeah, I
You know,
can't see any
I-
point in any reason not to try that.
The worst that can happen is we don't hear anything.
Exactly.
Oh no, the worst is they could.
Well, it's not the worst that can happen at all, is it? So I'm being a bit optimistic there, I guess.
True.
I'm happy for people to do that. I don't know if Imagawa's got any problem with that.
No, I think that's fine. I think we need to. I'm
I know we
thinking
need
about
more.
what the potential uses could be of combining the potions and the robe. I mean,
Right.
getting into
the
the
robes-
castle would make sense.
Right. The robes are, trusted. So people will look the other way.
Mm-hmm.
Flying is either getting somewhere inaccessible or getting away quickly that no one can follow.
Yeah.
Like we were talking with the
Just,
festival of the rice, it could be possibly an assassination.
Hatsu, these potions that allow you to fly, do they make? Are they totally silent? Do they make any noise when you're flying? Like when animals fly, they flap their wings and make noise. Are these? Do you know if they're totally silent?
I think they would because you wouldn't be flapping anything. But it's not my area of expertise.
That was a fire
Would be
school
a
spell,
very-
wasn't it? And you're a
Yeah,
soil
If they
school.
are,
Yes.
if they are,
I'm a royal
as you
school.
say, if you are, as you say, silent, effectively, then at night you would effectively be invisible unless you were daft enough to get yourself caught against the moonlight.
Yes.
Yes, they could get you into lots of places, particularly high places, towers and such.
Right,
Tops
exactly.
Of castles, tops of castles
Right,
and such.
Right.
Or bypassing the guards, wouldn't it?
Yes. And they have enough of them they could get in, do what they need to do, and get out.
Yep.
Yes.
3 potions that can affect the lady said maybe 3 people, even a short time, but so
Yeah, have you any idea how long they do last?
the lady didn't say, maybe Hatsu knows.
Yes, it's something we should have asked her, but never mind.
Yes, yeah.
So we haven't got an obvious target though yet.
No.
Right, can Hatsu make a magic roll for me? Oh, I should say roll a magic roll, not make.
Mm-hmm. Attempt one.
My magic BCS, right?
Think so, mate. Hey.
Oh no.
Nice.
Hatsu reckons the duration will be hours. Okay.
Oh, wow.
And the potion will last until the duration runs out, or you touch ground.
Oh, okay. So you touch ground once, even if you don't mean to, it stops the spell.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to know the mechanics of how something like that works before you get involved with it. Like,
Well, yes, that's the point. They may not know exactly how these things work.
they might not know that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They might get caught out by it.
Yep. If yeah. There's ways you could stop somebody from using that. If they don't know that touching the ground's going to stop a juice, you could bait them.
Yes, they fly up to the top of the tower or whatever and land to do something, and then find they can't take off again.
Yeah. Said touch ground though. Does ground include roofs and things like that? Statues, roofs, trees. Did Hatsu know that much about the spell from that roll?
No, she doesn't know whether we're touching the roof or
Okay.
a wall would stop it. All I know is touching the ground will,
Yeah.
because earth.
Makes sense.
Yeah, you would have thought anything that's rooted in the ground would
Mhm.
prevent it, but
Yeah.
Maybe.
That would make sense.
okay, it's still not getting us further forward.
No.
Okay.
So, do some of you wish to go out and attempt to in rumours, as it were?
Yeah. I'm happy to.
Morikawa would like to, yeah.
Who are you going with?
What was the full name of this bit of the fly spell? Heaven's Wings.
Wings of Heaven.
Wings of Heaven.
It's a very useful spell,
Mm.
but only really for travelling long distances
Yeah.
quickly.
So it's not a...
Alright, so who do we got? Morikawa's going, and
Oh, should we send Okawi as well?
and I'm gonna
You two
go.
are here.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go.
So we
Nobuhito.
send the two gents, and then Yuko and Hatsu will go, because there's a pair of ladies, as it were.
Yeah, so we're just two ladies
Alright,
and
that
two
sounds
gents
good.
drinking.
Two couples out in the town.
Yeah, just having a little double date drink meal.
I'll
Okay.
leave my gold. I'll leave my gold at the cherry tree. I'm only taking my silver and copper.
Yeah, I'll maybe leave some of my stuff with one of the guys as well, including I've got a few bits. I'm gonna go into my character sheet and make a few things dropped. Actually, the guys are gonna look after my
fine.
stuff.
You do that. Anyway, Hatsu and Yuko disappear off into the better part of town. And you end up at a place called the Flying Phoenix.
What's the place?
The Flying Phoenix, as in the bird of flame.
Yeah.
You are welcomed by the landlord, who's called Tataro, Tataro. This is quite a posh pub. Okay. It will set you back 5 silver for an evening's entertainment each.
Okay.
Okay.
And the pair of you get to roll a d20.
Who else gets to roll? I missed that. Hatsu and
It was Yuko and Hatsu, so Hatsu's roll.
okay.
Hatsu overhears a discussion involving the upcoming planting ceremony, okay? And how the daimyo's daughter, Mika, will be present. This is the first time that this particular daughter has been seen at this sort of official function, because she's only just turned 16. The general idea is that she will officiate, aided by the Senior Hatamoto is there, who nobody's quite sure who that's going to be yet. And hopefully will go well because it's our first official function. Yuko not only hears that, but she hears also some guys mumbling about taxes and how Lord Ober is taxing merchants out of business. This is slightly worrying because this is how peasant rebellions and that start. You know, mumbling about taxes and unfair laws and how the buko are getting everything and we're being trodden underfoot, etc. Doesn't seem too bad at the moment. They've not got round to actually stopping paying taxes yet. That would be the next step. And if that happens, then Lord Ober is unlikely. Somebody keeps popping off. I don't know who it is.
Don't think it's me. I think I'm good.
No.
I lost the part of that last thing you said there, Tim.
Yeah, your audio drops out for me sometimes, Tim.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it might be it's me that's coming in and on.
I think so.
But basically,
Repeat those.
right. The first rumor is that Lord Ober's youngest daughter, Miko, will be officiating at the planting ceremony at the end of the month. The second one are that merchants are beginning to moan about the taxes that are being imposed upon them as being too high. And this is how peasant rebellions start.
Merchants.
Right, that's what those two find out during their evening. It would appear that people are being quite guarded. Again, they normally are. It's just as the evening wears on, tongues become loosened due to the amount of sake imbibed. Right, Morikawa and Okawi can get to roll d20s as well, please.
And then me as well, sorry.
Yeah, I rolled terrible.
A 13.
Right, you two hear the two rumours I've already given you, okay? However, you also overhear a couple of more disreputable looking types talking about the Red Spider and how he wants to know where a party by the name of Imagawa is staying.
Oh. They're going by the name of Imagawa. Give me a second to write that down. Okay.
The second man says, "Well, I know where they're staying, but once I've told you this, I'm leaving town." And he says they're staying at an inn called the Cherry Tree. And he gives the name of the ward, which I haven't given you yet. So, okay. The second man then gets up and leaves rather hurriedly.
All right.
Fortunately, he doesn't notice Okawi. But Okawi recognizes this as the man he spoke to earlier in the day.
Oh, you mean Okawa? I do.
Okawa, my mistake. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I thought I was
Confusion.
wrong. Yeah, Okawa.
Okawa Nobuhito is me, and then we've got Ashikata Okawi as the other one.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Confusing.
Tend to only use
You recognise the red spider Yakuza as he leaves, although he doesn't spot you.
The same guy.
Yeah, the guy who was following you, Imagawa, and Kyomi.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Same Yakuza from before. So he's just told this other guy where we're staying.
Correct.
Did we see any money exchange hands when he got that information, actually?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do anything right here, right now about that.
Yeah, I'm not going to follow the guy that left or anything.
No. Yeah.
That's just more information to report back to the rest of the group when we meet back with them later.
Right. Exactly. Maybe we need to move or just be more wary.
Yep. I mean, we're always being wary. We know we're being watched by the Yakuza at every step.
Yeah, that's right. Right.
So you return home, or
Yep.
return to the cherry tree.
Yes.
Okay, very late evening, early night. Around about 11 p.m. Your two search parties, as I shall call them, return and report what they found.
So that is the Lord's oldest daughter's officiating something. It's her first thing officiating. So she's 16. Merchants are grumbling about taxes and they reckon it's close to a rebellion. Then that someone's looking for the Red Spider wants to know where the Imagawa party is staying, and this was disreputable types that were looking for that info. And the same Yakuza that was following us in the street earlier was the one that gave them the information, and he did tell them exactly where we are staying. So that group, the Red Spider, knows where we are, and they were looking for that information.
Instead, the person who had the information and passed it on was a member of the Red Spider.
He was a member of the Red Spider Yakuza already,
What about the
yes.
person who passed it on? Did he have any affiliations, as far as you can tell?
Did the person taking the information have any tattoos, Tim?
You didn't say any, but you would think that he was another Red Spider.
They did look like Yakuza, yeah. They looked like gangsters.
So we can assume that they know where we are now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I assume they're watching our every step.
We probably don't know. Do we know if the Red Spider, that group, the Yakuza group, are a very violent gang, or just more soft crimes?
Benevolent Yakuza.
Yeah, what?
Well, I mean, they can make their money in a number of different ways.
Yeah, I mean, they can make
your
money and they can do money laundering, gambling, prostitution.
gambling,
Yeah.
women.
Yeah,
exactly.
There are things that are not weapons
Do we know?
and murder.
Do we know which part of the city is their local haunt, and also where they fit in the hierarchy of powerful Yakuza gangs? For the local.
Well, the Red Spider. Didn't we hear? The name of the
Right, the Red Spider, their
Yeah.
HQ is the Jade Lantern in the Green
Yeah.
Quarter,
Okay.
which is
So they were
essentially
there.
where all the geisha houses and brothels are.
Okay.
And you have no idea of how powerful they are within the city.
Okay.
However, by repute, people who have got red in their name tend to be violent.
Is red the colour of violence? Guess it is because of blood, eh?
Yeah.
Right.
Now, quick question.
Also,
Back in Nippon days, was the flag the same as modern Japan, the rising sun? Like the white with the red? Was it different?
I would think I think it's the same, but I don't know. You'd have to check now.
I'll look that up later.
probably thought not, because Japan really wasn't a nation.
No, it wasn't, was it?
But it could be.
I'm going to look that up later.
I suspect there probably may not have been a national flag because there have been so many
Yeah,
local,
yeah.
samurai clan plans that nobody.
Probably right. That flag probably originates from
so-
when Japan, the country, started.
Do these guys in the Red Spider, given their name, do they have a reputation for using poisons?
They certainly
Might have-
do.
Oh, boy. Damn, now we can't even eat and drink at the cherry tree. We're gonna have to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we got it.
There's the thing, yeah. They know where we eat.
Yeah, exactly. And
Okay, so-
sleep.
Do we want to do anything about this? Do we think? What's your thoughts, Imagawa? Because
I'm trying to think what we need to do. You know, we were asked to deliver this parcel. You know, to escort them up here. We've done that. We've delivered the swords. We've made them aware that people were asking about them. The theft of the potions is something, but we don't necessarily have any further information as to why or whatever.
yeah, it's not directly involving us. It was just pure coincidence that Kyomi was
Yeah,
there.
exactly. And so it's like,
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
what else have we actually? There isn't anything else specifically that we've got to be doing.
No, we could
So-
go home. I've got a feeling they're
Ordinarily,
going
why would we be
to follow us.
staying in Kyoto?
Yeah, we could just go home, job done. But I think we're going to be followed
The
wherever we
alternative
go.
would be to head down to the Red Spider and confront them rather than waiting for them to do something if we think they may
Yeah, but I'd
on
rather-
their terms. Why don't we do something on our terms?
I'd rather not. You know, if we go to their base, if you like, we're going to run into their maximum strength, and it's their
Yeah.
territory. We don't know it.
Imagawa has a
That's
point
a
though.
wise idea.
I'd rather not look over my shoulder for the rest of my life.
Well, I personally would feel more able to, look after ourselves if we weren't in the city. Don't forget, this is their city.
Yeah.
We're out of our comfort zone in this city.
I feel like if we go about our business and they confront us and we defeat them, they're just going to come back again and confront us until. So I think we have to take it to them and just show them that we're not going to tolerate it.
We could find out how interested they are by leaving the city. See if they're that concerned about
See if
us.
they
and
follow us out
out
the city. Yeah. But I think Imagawa has a point. I think if we don't go to them and just confront them, I think we're just going to be looking over our shoulders the rest of our lives.
Yes, yes, I agree. If we were to stay in the city, then we'd be always looking over our shoulders. But
Yeah.
that's why I think leaving the city might be an idea, because we'll find out if they're not bothered about us, they won't follow
They
us.
won't
They'll
follow us.
follow us as well.
Why don't we combine the two? We message them that if they are that interested in us and want to know where we are, we'll be, half a day outside the city on the road waiting for them. Offer them a challenge.
Yeah.
And either
Yes,
we're out of the city,
On
we're
an
not on
open.
their territory,
Yeah, on an open road.
True.
it's open.
However, they know almost certainly how many of us there are.
Okay,
Probably can estimate our capabilities.
right.
So,
But-
effectively inviting them to a battle, which is what we're talking about.
Well, would
we're
you
not quite
rather-
sure how many are going to turn up.
Yeah, Ashikata, if they want us dead, yes, they could send large numbers to us. We would get to fight on, to some degree of our own choosing. If they want us dead and we stay here and they use poison, we
It's
won't know that they've got us.
Yeah.
No, I'm not in favour of staying in the city.
At least to be honouring our death if they defeat us in battle. If they bring more men and we're outnumbered, at least there's honour in our
I
death.
think
There's
we
no
are
honour in dying
way
in our
better
sleep or
off
dying from poison.
outside of the city. They're not going to be able to
So if
bring
we
their entire
want to
event.
confront them, let's tell them. Call them out. This is where we're going to be.
I'm with
And they
Imagawa.
may come, if they come in smaller numbers than us, they may come out because they want to talk to us. And that would also give us information. But at the moment, you know, this information has been about theft has been passed on. I have no further. There's nothing further for us to specifically do in Yedo.
No.
What
It
about,
costs us to stay at an inn a lot more than it would do to stay wherever we would normally stay back at home.
what about this for an idea? We leave Edo in 2 groups by different exits, different gates, if you like, and we meet up at some point down the road.
Mm.
We try to figure out if we have been followed
I think they'll follow both groups.
through the city.
But if
When we meet up, if we think we have been followed, then we stay as 2 separate groups. And one group stays hidden.
the problem with that is, if they really do want us, we're just making their life easier because they just take the
It
groups
is-
down separately.
It is a risk. It is a risk, yes.
And at the moment, looking at the group of us, you're putting at least 2, 3 others potentially we should be serving to protect at greater risk than we need to.
Okay, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
So
But we keep having to come up with ideas until something works that we can all agree on. But I'm fine with your thoughts that we're best not to fight them in Yedo. Also, if we have to fight them, there's potential further complications here. We don't want to go down and, you know, certainly don't want to enter their den and then try to fight our way out, because that's a losing option. We need to be choosing our, you know, choosing the location as much as we can of any encounter that we may incur. They may just not bother coming. And then
that's
we
true.
can
In which
head
case,
home.
we can be relieved and
Just go
and
home,
walk away.
aye.
Yeah,
It's-
I think they're
what
only
about if
concerned
we-
as long as
But
we're here.
I'm not just walking away from it. Just
What
straight
about
off.
What about if we left the city, but made no attempt to conceal the fact that we were leaving the city, and see if they do follow us? If they want to have a go at us, then they're welcome to try.
I think there's potentially. I would be interested to know why. Maybe that they're just interested in us.
Well,
the package.
If they
like
do
the
come to have a go at us, then we presumably should be able to arrange it so that we can capture 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah.
One thing that I would suggest,
by telling them.
Don't forget we do have a Badoka on our side who's related to subdue people, and we have a Ashikata on our side. I don't know
Yes.
precisely what spells he's got, but
if we do leave, I would say we leave to the north where the rice, ceremony is going to happen in a couple of days, and then we could always hang out there in case that something is going on. I don't know though. I think we're just in the way, but I would like to help in some fashion, because something is going to happen. Something is going down at some point.
yes, but yeah,
I just
something may
don't-
be
I
going
just-
down.
Yeah, I just don't know if it's the Red Spider. I'm still not convinced that they're behind whatever's. I don't know.
No, the Red Spider would have to have some balls to have a pop at
Mm-hmm.
the Daimyo's
Yeah.
daughter.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. See, I don't think
Great.
that's it. I don't
But
think that's the case.
You know
yeah,
what
I agree,
Yakuza can be
agree.
like, though.
It all depends, though. If they're doing good, and we don't know if they're doing good or doing bad, but if they're doing good, they're not going to have some. They're not going to take some great risk for no reason. You know, if they're making enough money that they're living great, then you stay the course. You know. But we don't know that, so it doesn't. we need more information. But it's like, you know, it's going to be so risky to get it. It, you know, might not be worth that risk.
Well,
You know.
it's going to be risky now because we can assume they know where we are.
Oh yeah. Oh no, we need to leave this in no matter what. And I agree. Leaving the town's not a bad. That's a good idea. Yeah, because if they want to, I think we're just in the way right now. And as soon as we leave the town, we're not in the way. Again, that might not be correct, but
We will find out how strong their interest is.
right. Exactly.
So
Yeah.
like you
Yeah.
say, if you're correct and we're just in the way, then they'll lose interest if we leave town.
Right. But then you hate to leave town and then a week later hear that, you know, someone was assassinated. We knew all about it and didn't do a damn thing.
Yeah.
But we don't know
You
anything
know.
about it.
Right. I mean, it's not on us, but it's still, you know.
We can't go to anybody authority and say, "Oh, we know what's going on," because we don't know what's going on. We've just got a few.
No, agreed.
disconnected pieces.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. Oh, yeah. For sure. Yeah, we got like the corner pieces of the puzzle, but nothing else.
Yes, we've got a few bits of the jigsaw, but we've no idea.
Yeah,
where they
yeah.
belong.
For sure.
So, are we in favour of leaving town? That's the first question. Or leaving the city, sorry, that's the first question.
I am. We need to see
I
what
think
their
so.
next move is.
Yeah, I think we're fine to leave. I would be in favour of making it clear that this is where we're going to be here.
They know. Yeah, well, they know where we live, and if we don't make any secret about leaving, they'll know which road we've left on.
I'm with you, Imagawa, about taking the
they've
fight
got
to them.
people- Now they know where we are. I'm sure they've got people watching this place.
No, if we leave, where are we leaving? We came here on a ship, right? I mean, we traveled
Yep.
away from where we're at. So we talking about a ship, or are we talking about going on the road?
Walk
we can
along the road.
The road, yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. I just wasn't sure.
Well, that's just like you say, we head in a general direction of heading home down the main road. So, which
And if
actually
nothing,
was the case.
if nothing happens, then what? We just continue on home.
Go home.
Just
Job
continue
done.
about our business here.
Okay.
And our job here is done. What
Job
we-
done. Question
Yeah,
cleared.
no, it is.
What we're playing
It
next?
I know what you mean. I know it feels like you might be
I know.
walking away from something, but
Right.
It does a little, but I feel like there's not that much we can do at the point that it's at, though. Eh?
yeah.
I do get you,
Yeah,
Jeff.
you know,
Like,
in Edo, little fish in a big pond.
aye. I get it. It's hard
Right.
to walk away from it when you feel like you almost could do something, but I don't know if we can.
Right.
But then if that little girl gets assassinated and we've just left it and we kind of thought that was going to happen, we're going to feel bad. I know. I get you. Like,
Oh yeah. And probably lose on.
Right.
not that we know that, but
As I
yeah.
understand it, gentlemen, you intend leaving Yedo by the south gate, going towards Yokohama.
Yes.
Yes, we would
Making
want
it obvious you're leaving.
Yeah,
And
well,
are you leaving the inn tonight, or are you going to risk staying overnight?
I think
stay
we should
overnight.
go in the
I
morning.
think we're going to go in the
Sure,
morning,
go
yeah.
normal.
Are you going in the morning?
How much
Yeah, I
is
think
the
so.
porter going to cost me, Tim?
it's,
Say
Oh,
that
yeah.
again.
We need
How
porters,
much is
yeah.
a porter going to cost me?
What sort of porter do you want? Do you want
I
an
want
average
somebody-
man, or do you want somebody who does BMA 5?
I want somebody quick.
I want somebody decent as well. I'm hiring a porter too. I've got a lot of stuff.
They need someone to
In
carry.
that case, it's 1 silver a week for the porter plus his bed and board.
Okay.
Yeah, I need
Uh,
a porter.
Also, do not expect him to fight except in self-defense.
No, I don't
yeah,
expect him to fight at all.
course.
I want him to fight at all.
Stay close to me and hand me a
You'll be
weapon when I
surprised
need
how
it.
tough some of these porters get, I tell you.
Oh, maybe, but I'm not expecting him to. I'm just expecting him to help carry my stuff. How much can he carry? Still maintain a decent speed.
That way I can put all my weapons bar one on my porter, and they can, if I want to change weapons at the start of something, they can just hand me the one that I want. and I can stay
Like
as
the caddy then, really.
like a caddy with the golf clubs. Exactly, mate. Exactly. You know exactly what I'm going for. Aye. With a sword rack, golf club bag. It's a sword rack, mate.
Have
Exactly.
3, please. Yes.
Aye.
Right,
Five iron.
I shall pay £30 at the moment until I've worked out their stats. Okay.
Okay,
Okay, that's perfect.
that's beautiful.
very
I'm gonna have a
nice.
wee look at my sheet and move some stuff in.
Give him the bits of my armor that I'm least likely to use.
Yeah, and staying in the morning will give the opportunity for someone to contact us if something does come up from the weapon apprentice or
Right.
Ilo's wife. Yeah.
Early in the morning, you get a visit from the abbot of the temple.
Okay.
And he says he has actually found something else that they stole. He doesn't quite know what they're going to do with it, but they stole a map.
Oh,
What is this map? Oh,
Yeah. What?
no. Or is it particular location?
Just bear with me a minute. I'll find the name.
just writing that in my notes. Message from the abbot. They stole a map.
Oh, the map to the hidden fish trove. Not need me to say that. Map to where all the temple's treasures hidden.
Ah, it's an interesting one this week. There's a lot going on, boys.
A lot going on. Straining your brain on this one.
Yeah,
This is good stuff.
I like it. It's got my thinking gears engaged.
Yeah, big time. Trying to think of what map a temple would have.
Okay. It's the plan of a castle called Tanata Castle.
Tanata Castle.
Where is Tanata Castle?
Yeah.
Right. It's in the village.
I lost you
Village
again,
of-
Tim.
This is the castle they're trying to
weird.
fly into, boys.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What
That's
type-
Tim, we lost that
Yeah,
bit. there.
what a time to cut out, Tim.
Yeah. Yeah. Village of.
Did you?
Oh, he
That's
wrote.
all right. I've just put the name of the village into the Roll20 chat.
Okay.
Tanatasa.
Tanatasa.
Nice one.
And does he know where this village is?
I was to say, where do we see that on the map? Or no villages on the map?
Village won't be on the map that we've got here.
Okay. Okay.
So it was Tanata Castle and Tanatasa was the name of the village.
Yeah.
Tanatasa. Yeah.
Okay.
As in village of, or sub
Yeah,
Right.
castle.
All right.
Village associated with this castle.
Yeah. Now we're in it, guys.
Do you think this is where they're trying to fly in? No.
Could be, depends on what's
Who's in
where it
res-
is and
We need to find out who's in residence
Yeah, who
at
it
that
belongs to
castle,
and-
yeah. It's not a certain princess,
What's
is
the
it?
importance?
It's not a certain lord's daughter.
I don't think she matters. She's the youngest. I don't know.
But it could still be a statement, though. Killing anybody's daughter is
yeah.
a statement. Doesn't matter how powerful the daughter's
Yeah.
supposed to be.
Okay,
For
okay, don't quote me on this, but I think it's on the border of Musashi Province and Totsuke Castle, just in front of Maebashi.
Mibashi's
Assuming
here,
I can
right?
count.
Yeah, so he's right
Yeah,
there
actually.
somewhere.
near Maebashi. No. Do we know who it belongs to?
Yeah. Yeah.
Abbott know who it belongs to?
Yes, Lord Oba.
Okay, so that's fair enough.
Lord Oba.
Yeah, we know.
Lord Oba Nobutada, to give him his full title. Daimyo of Musashi Province. An all-round nice.
Oba Nuba.
OBA. Nobutada. Nobutada.
Nice one.
I don't know.
Appreciate it, because I write down all these names in my notes.
You're going to end up with a lot of names.
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
Officially, it's the Black Citadel of Tanata.
Black.
Black Citadel of Tanata.
That sounds
Indeed, it is.
awesome.
It's a cool name.
One tries to
you
make
guys-
them cool.
Yeah,
One has succeeded in this case.
yeah. You guys are gonna have to pick up your step even more. We gotta get up there quick now.
Yeah, we've got some travelling to do. Anyone else need a porter to carry their stuff? I suggest it. It's 1 silver a week plus their room and board.
Yeah, yeah. I have.
Yeah, I'm
I,
going to get one.
oh,
Well, ultimately, we'd still be going at BMA 4 at best, because that's the speed of
that's terrible.
Priest and Shigenja, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the best it
It's
gets.
No, we're getting them donkeys.
It should take you about 6 days to get.
Okay.
Right, you do BMA 4 because that's the slowest of you. Okay, you double that because you're on a major road, so up to 8. So you do 8 hexes every 3 days. Right, and it's 14 hexes away from you. So
Yeah.
So 5, 6 days.
5 days.
5, 6.
5.5,
days.
6.
Yeah.
well, 6 days if you don't want to tire your priest and your Shigenja out too.
Yeah, we don't necessarily want to be flat out permanently.
Yeah. Let's head there then. What do you think?
Oh, I definitely think so. I just hope we're not too slow. I'm all for going. At least that's what.
I'm just going AFK for a second.
Morikawa.
I can
Oh,
still
The other thing that happens
Well-
is that Lady Kyomi sends you a potion saying, "I'm sorry, but this is the only one I can get hold of." And it's
Oh,
a fairly
okay.
viscous, dark red liquid potion that looks like it might set your mouth on fire. Smells like that.
But we don't know. Do we know what it
Do we
is?
know who normally is in residence at this Sonata Castle?
Yeah, he said it was Lord Oba Nobutada.
It belongs to him, but
Nobutada.
doesn't mean that he's in residence.
Oh, he's not in residence, right? Okay, yeah, I get you.
I think maybe, I don't know, maybe his wives live there or something, I don't know.
As far as you can find out, nobody lives there.
Nobody. Yeah,
Are there any
but maybe there's
famous,
something there. that
valuable
they remember.
artifacts or anything known to live at that castle?
As far as
Yeah.
anybody's concerned, nobody lives at that castle because it's not used.
Do we know why the temple would have that map then? What ties do they have to it? Or we don't know.
You don't know. I mean, you can go and ask him. He might.
Is the castle's
Well,
I think, yeah,
position
Lee's
one of
not-
military significance? I suppose any castle is.
Well,
That's
if
why
it
it's
was
a
of
castle.
military significance, it would have a garrison. If it was of military significance, it would have a garrison.
Yeah,
So it doesn't appear to have any great strategic
Might have
importance.
had it, might have had it in the past, but
might have
now-
had in the past, hence there's a castle there, yeah. Get you.
We can ask the abbot before he leaves.
Yeah, yeah, I
why
think so.
do you have a land map of the castle?
How good is this map?
Well, as far as I'm aware, it says the abbot, the map is as accurate as it was when it was given to me 10
I mean,
years
is
ago.
it, Does it? I mean, does it go down to the detail of showing all the rooms and things like that?
Not quite that detail. It's got basically where the barracks are and where the stables are in block form, but the actual map itself doesn't go into individual room detail.
Yeah. And why were you given this 10 years ago? Just for safekeeping, or?
Well, it was for safekeeping.
Do you recall who gave it to you?
Yes, it was a man by the name of Ishido Tarunaga.
Bushido. Toranaga.
And that name does not sound familiar.
It should do.
Bushido Toranaga. Does that sound familiar to anyone?
No.
Toranaga.
This is a famous person, a historical person. Whether that. I didn't.
Right, Imagawa has heard of this man.
Okay.
Ishido Tarunaga is one of the.
I got one of that, and then it cut out.
Yeah. Out against him.
That's me cutting out because I heard it go. Right, Ishido Tarunaga is one of the foremost proponents of Bushido in Nippon. Some think he's the most, the biggest, the best.
The warrior.
But
The warrior.
He would argue that he's the warrior codes of Bushido. Did you?
Yeah. So he's
Yeah,
one of the
he's the
foremost
warrior.
champions of the warrior codes of Bushido.
Dudes, is there anything, and I don't think Morikawa could tell, but is there any significant markings or anything hidden, or can we look at this map to see if there's anything, it's
Well,
just
we
a
can't, it's
plain
been
map?
stolen.
But you could certainly
that's
examine the
right,
map
that's
to see if there's anything hidden in it. Yeah.
Once we find it.
Oh, that's right, Yeah, this
I
was
thought it had been
stolen.
stolen. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
we
sorry.
don't
Yeah,
have
yeah,
it,
yeah,
so-
You
I
actually
don't
don't actually
suppose-
have it.
Okay.
I don't suppose there's any chance that there is a copy, is there?
Would you like to roll 3d6 and see if it's 6 as you roll, sir?
Hey.
Nice. All right.
A lot of
Let's
luck
get
roll.
lucky.
3-1.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah, different.
Okay. One of the greatest.
Right,
Yeah.
the abbot will say, well, I don't actually have a copy, but if you go and speak to Oba Ilo, he's got one.
Oba Ilo is out, but the lady,
His wife is in.
Kyomi.
yeah, she is.
Well, if you can't speak to him, then you will need to speak to Lady Ashikata Kyomi. And when you look a bit odd, he says his wife.
Oh, Kyomi is his wife.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, not sure I necessarily want to go down that route. I mean, I think we might be jumping to conclusions here.
I've put her name in the chat too.
I mean, somebody's stolen a map to a disused castle.
Thing is, you all realise that she would appear to be related to the Shogun in some way,
Yeah.
because if it's the same.
We're good. But if somebody's stealing plans to this castle, maybe it's not as disused as everybody thinks. Maybe there is
Exactly.
something of importance
Or-
or significance hidden there, resting there.
Right.
Well, Put it this way, somebody thinks there's something hidden there, otherwise they wouldn't steal the
We would
plan.
just steal a map of it, yeah. And the fly is maybe the potions of the wings of heaven. That's probably to fly in to get into a castle, maybe.
Because the castle's not used. It shouldn't be that hard to get in, should it?
Should be,
Depends.
but I don't know. It
Well-
depends. Yeah, we don't know if it's up on some
So-
precipice, and you know.
So I'm kind of getting the impression that the consensus is that we carry on with our original plan of leaving, but we leave in a Maibashi direction.
Yeah.
Is that a fair assumption?
Yeah, I think so.
Head north. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, head towards
Or-
Maibashi instead of going directly home.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Still carry on with our plan of leaving. If the Red
Yes.
Spider want to mess with
Yes.
us.
Yeah. Well,
Yes, Steve.
Has the abbot informed the authorities of the potions, the robes, and the map that have been stolen?
I have informed the local constable Hirato of they're going missing.
Okay. Because we definitely need to make sure that that's reported.
I will, if you want, go and check that he's passed the report on. He's not the most diligent of constables in that respect.
Right. Okay. I
Which
mean,
means
given
we'll
the
carry on.
owner of the castle, it's almost worth going to Yodo Castle and getting it reported there.
Hello there.
Was that Tim dropping out again? Or
I'm not sure what that was.
There's somebody dropping out.
Yeah.
yeah, Tim's
Tim.
gone again. Oh, Tim's back again.
There we go.
I don't know whether you heard me there, Tim.
Right, I think I'm back, gents.
Oh, you're back.
Hello.
Okay.
Yep, we got
Welcome
you.
back.
Did you hear my suggestion for the abbot?
I heard that you'd asked him if he'd reported it, and he said he'd reported it to his local constable. You then said that you should report it to the Citadel.
Yes, because if it's if it's Obanoda Tada's castle, then he ought to know that somebody's now got plans to it that
That would make
shouldn't
sense to
have
me.
plans.
So do you want to go and do that?
Well, it's his castle, so.
I say, do you want to go to the castle?
Everybody seems to be breaking up at the moment.
I can't hear
Anybody
properly.
can
It's
hear me?
breaking up.
Yeah, I think Discord's having a moment, but I'm happy to head to the castle.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'll head to the castle.
Sorry, gents, my Discord seems to be playing up quite seriously.
No worries. I think the consensus is we're going to head to the castle. That's at least 3 of us saying.
Ah,
Aye. Yeah, Discord seems to be having a moment.
It
Yeah.
certainly is. It keeps going on and off. So my question was, are you going to go to the Citadel?
All I can,
Oh,
all I
horrible
hear
breaking up.
is it keeps breaking up for everybody.
Yeah, I think the consensus was, though, that we are going to head to the castle. The one in the map.
Okay, dokie. Right, in that case, I shall log out of Discord and come back on.
Okay.
yeah, it seems fine for me, but yeah, that doesn't mean anything.
It's Tim that often has issues with it.
Yeah,
Oh, I can hear you guys again now.
wonderful, good.
Was
You-
yours flaking
okay.
out?
Were you having
One of us
issues as well,
breaking up a
Dave?
bit, which is very unusual because normally his connection's normally good.
Mine should be really
Yeah.
good. I've got the best internet, like.
Mine Mine's normally good. It just sounded like everybody was talking through some kind of synthesizer.
I think we all had a moment with Discord, yeah.
Yeah, well, I heard them very similar. Anyway, I've logged out, come back on. So you make your way up to the castle.
No, I was thinking the abbot needs to report it. It's the theft from his temple.
Okay, well, okay, in that case, the abbot will go and report it.
So,
Yeah, the authorities need to be aware of everything that was stolen.
yeah, especially now it's connected to Ober's, it's Ober's Citadel.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, with the name the Black Citadel, you would think there was some dark past to it, but maybe not.
yeah.
So imagine what we get supplies and head north, like we were saying. Leave.
Yeah, make sure we take extra food and stuff for the travel, because we've got porters now to carry it.
Okay, doke.
So,
Well, you're best off waiting till you get to Shugida village because they'll be cheaper there.
Okay.
Okay.
Ashikata, are you thinking that we are heading to the castle itself to do what particularly?
I think we're going to catch some castle robbers. Don't you, Ashikata?
Can you hear us, Nick?
No.
No, that's Nick gone.
That's Nick
No?
gone. Discord's having one today.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ryan's dropped out as well.
Brian's in a
Drop it
different
down
channel. I could drag him.
Ah, Brian and Nick are back. Can you hear us, Nick?
Everybody here okay?
We can
Oh,
now.
can you-
Yeah, we can now.
Yeah, I can.
Good. Let's try it again. Would you like to repeat that, Tim, please?
Repeat what, sir?
You were saying something about heading out to go up to the castle or whatever.
Oh,
Well, I wasn't. Your colleagues were suggesting that you get supplies and you go up to Tanata Castle, find out what's going on.
Okay, that's
Dave
what we're
dropped
doing.
out
We're
now.
carrying on with our original plan, but we're going towards Maebashi instead of going directly home.
Yeah, we're
okay.
going via that castle.
Okay, right. You leave.
Okay. This is on the next day, so we're now on the 26th.
we're on the 26th.
6.
I'm back.
Good. We hear you.
You
It
travel
really
to
are.
Shugida village, which is the first one.
Before we leave, yeah, I was asking Ashikata question.
Yeah, can you repeat it, Dave? Because it probably got lost in the mess.
Don't know whether you guys
Yeah.
can hear me. Or
Yeah,
I
we
can
can
hear
hear you.
myself.
We
I can hear you,
now,
Dave.
mate.
Do you want to repeat what you asked, Dave? Dave, do you want to, or is he gone?
He
He's
just dropped
disappeared as
out.
well.
It disappeared as well.
Yeah. Now he's back.
Can you hear me, Dave?
Okay, Imagawa?
Can you? Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Can hear you now, Dave. If you can hear me, Dave, do you want to repeat what you were trying to say?
I don't know whether you can hear me. All I'm getting in is like synthesized noise. I can't hear any.
We
What
can
people
hear
say.
you.
Yeah, I've had that. Yeah, we can hear you fairly well. No.
Ah,
Dave's dropping
He's
out to
having a
come
hard
back, I
time.
think.
yeah.
Discord's having a hard time for us today.
Yeah, and roll 20 voice is terrible, right?
Yeah, I've not had the best experience with it.
Okay, yeah, me either. But
Right, that's restarted Discord. Try again.
Do you hear us now, Dave?
I can sort of hear you, but it's all synthesized again.
Mm.
Very good.
Right, Ashikata's been asking you whether you want to carry on with the plan. I go north and leave today. That's essentially it.
Dave's typing in Discord. He can't tell what anyone's saying. He's having a real trouble with Discord voice.
Yeah.
I had it a few minutes ago. I disconnected and reconnected, and it has been okay since.
yeah, I mean, we could always. It's early, but always call it if we can't.
We could call an early one today for technical difficulties, maybe.
Well, yeah, I mean that.
I can hear you again now.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Oh,
Good.
Okay.
We can hear you as well.
Right.
It's 420. The magic of 420 fixed it.
No, it's not stable.
No, it's not. Right, as I understand it, you're going to head north towards Mayabashi and the Black Citadel with extra food and your porters in tow, yes?
Correct.
Yes.
Right. In that case, you set out about midday and you make Shugida village late in the middle of the afternoon and a bit late to carry on, so you stay overnight.
Okay.
And we're being wary of if we're being followed, especially the first couple of days out.
Yeah, I'm worried. You
Yeah.
do not appear to be being followed at the moment.
Okay.
Not obviously, anyway. Or by somebody that's really good.
Okay, Dave's restarting his laptop. Here we
Oh.
It should be harder to follow us because we're crossing the rice bowl, so it's like pretty flat and open terrain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not so much to hide behind when they're following us.
We are literally heading straight through the middle of the rice basket.
No, I've got a very unstable connection at my end.
Hmm.
So I think I'm going to call a halt to it here, gents, because this is just not working, is it?
We're having a hard time, yeah. Should we take an early
Yeah.
finish for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Okay.
We just decide when the next one is while we're still here.
Yep, might as well.
Yes.
I'm free next Sunday this time, so.
We'll try a week today, shall we?
Okay, we'll give that a go.
Nice one.
Okay.
Oh, well.
Okay.
So sorry we had to end it early, folks, but yeah, we will with technical difficulties call
Right.
it a short one.
You cannot work when you have to keep repeating yourself 3 or 4.
Yeah,
For
it's
sure.
it's not
For
easy.
sure.
It's frustrating. We'll call an early one and we'll get back to it next week. Yeah,
Sounds good.
nice one.
Thanks a lot, Tim.
Thanks, Tim.
Right, thank you very
Yep.
much, gents. As I say, it's suddenly got a bit more complicated.
Oh,
Mm.
for sure.
Mm.
That's awesome.
Definitely.
It's a lot to consider now. My notes
For
are
sure.
big. My notes are 3 pages long this week. Just writing down all the
Yeah,
details.
Yeah, for 2.5 hours. Yeah.
We're gonna have to make a
Well,
wiki.
Well, the real point, gents, is that it should be complicated because that way you can make several decisions rather than going, well, we've got to do this because it's the only thing we know.
But that's a
about.
railroad. No one
much
like
prefer
no
it to
experienced RPG player wants railroaded. Yeah.
Yeah. Okie dokie.
Yeah, thanks, Tim. It was a really good one, man. It was a really fun session. There was a lot to it, a lot to
I
take
thought
in, a
it
lot
might
to
be.
think
Anyway,
about.
You made it more fun than I thought it was going to be because I'd got a little simple plot outline, but you made it slightly more difficult, which is good.
Hey.
Which is what I want. Anyway,
Happy days.
thank you very much, gents, and I'll
Yep.
talk to you next week.
See you all
All
next
right,
week,
next
gents.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
All right.